it's pretty nice to have friends like Steve Hunsinger. He restored both of these Aces several years ago, and interesting story, found the Aces up in a small garage somewhere near Detroit. It was kind of like the man who lived in a shoe. Lots of old bits and pieces and parts, never built the bikes, bought them in pieces. A couple pretty incredible machines, 1924 Ace Sport Solo, and this entirely unusual Ace, serial number B3, had to be some kind of racing bike with a pretty interesting history. You know, a lot of people consider the Ace the Duesenberg of American motorcycles, and I really couldn't agree more. Such a stylistic motorcycle, 4 cylinders, inline, over 1,200 cc's. You know, Red Wolverton actually went, I think, 121 miles an hour on an Ace, very similar to this one, in 1921 on Roosevelt Boulevard in Philadelphia, home of the Ace. But backing up a few years, the Henderson brothers, who built the Ace, actually started in Detroit in 1913, built the Henderson motorcycle all the way to 1917, sold to Schwinn in late 17. Under a contract from Schwinn, they stayed with the company for just a scant, I believe, 18 months, moved to Philadelphia and built the Ace motorcycle, truly the Duesenberg of the American bike. You know, there's a lot of collectors around the country who'd love to have an Ace motorcycle. They're few and far between, and when I found this pair and asked Steve if he would restore them for me, I was delighted. Took him a few years, well worthwhile. Ride the 24 regularly, the little Hot Shot B3, short coupled, cool handlebar Ace, ride it regularly. I'm gonna take it for a ride today in just a little bit. You know, the overall styling of the Ace, certainly contemporary with the times in a very highly advanced form. Of course, the earlier Henderson's bike sat on taller, skinnier wheels. The Ace motorcycle dropped down to 385 by 20s, wide bars, extremely cool look, wonderful footboards, and in the gas tank toolbox, and quite a bike it is. Starting procedure, actually quite easy. Turn the fuel on, turn the choke on, usually give it 2 kicks, and this 4-cylinder monster will fire right up. It's got an interesting exhaust cutout, gives the motor a little more power, a little more tone. You know, a couple more things I really like about the Ace motorcycle, and by the way, both of these machines have been judged by the Antique Motorcycle Club of America well in the high 90s in points, a true testament to Steve's restoration ability, and a great pile of bits and pieces that I found some 10, 12 years ago. Here's what I like: the original Sims Magneto, the extremely cool toggle switch for the headlight, looks like a little light switch in your house, and the double rear brakes. Standard brake pedal on the right, auxiliary brake pedal on the left. Use your left heel for that. You know, I could talk about these Aces all day long, but I think it's time to go for a ride. That's ride on Ace number 1. I guess it's time for ride on Ace number 2. You know, every time I get this bike out, I want to go 80 miles an hour, and it'll do it too. One simple kick, and this 3-speed transmission will wind you up to 80 plus on these 70-year-old Goodyear tires. But you know what? These things were made to roll. Beautiful day in the sun, pair of Ace motorcycles, my dog Shiloh. Can't get better than that.